Hi guys, I'm just doing a first run and test. I have no idea what I'm doing with these apps. Trying to see if I can see anybody that's logging on while I'm live. Supposedly this is live on my Facebook. So on the Facebook and the YouTube. So let me see. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of fun really. This is, we'll figure it out together, guys. So Um, today, right now, it's just a test. So if you're a part of this, thank you for being a part of this. I'm just trying to see if, as I'm launching this, let me see. It says streamline your content creation. So let's see, this is global. All right. So let's see. Try it now. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I just like scan read that. What can I do for you? I don't know. Hold on. Continue. So once we get this going, then I know before I can get all this like editing done and what I'm doing. Hold on, let me see what this is. I don't know. I'm not going to select on any of that yet because I have no idea what that's doing. Let's get out of there. Oh, it's saying to create posts to engage your audience. That's not something I'm interested in right now. What I'm interested in is, let me see, live video. Oh, here we are. Cool. Hold on, I think this is it. View post. All right. So how do I see if this is so weird? It's like lagging. It's like watching yourself lagging is so weird. It's like watching like well, it's like I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Is this thing even on? Hold on. Let me see. Okay, now I think it's on. Okay, hold on. But what I want to see is like the chat. Like I should be able to see a chat. Okay, here it is. Live chat. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, can you let me know whoever logs on? I'm gonna put it on the chat here. Let me see. Hold on. It's so weird because guys, when you're doing this, you can actually like the ones who haven't done this before, like I can share this with the ones who already know. It's showing like I'm watching myself and it's delayed coming through. It's so weird. Hold on, can you guys? I'm gonna text this on the live chat because like that I know if you guys can hear me. That I want to put it on there in case nobody heard that. Hold on, in case you guys. Oh, you know what? I can actually check with. Let me see. I'm gonna check with my phone, see if I log in through there. And I'm also gonna check my YouTube. Hold on. Your videos. Let me see if I'm live and how it's showing. Because what I'm doing is I want to be able to log in live from YouTube and Facebook to start until like I really know what I'm doing and have the shoot there. How's it going? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, and it has. I'm trying to click on the live. It's saying no views yet. Let me see if I go here. All right, it says live. Let me see if I hear it. Moderation helps. Okay. All right, it says live. Okay, so you guys can hear me. All right, perfect. Moderation helps. I am not sure if there's any viewers though. All right, perfect. Okay. Moderation. Okay, cool. So at least we know that's working on their end. Let me see. You're now watching a live video that broadcaster and other viewers can see what you're watching too. Okay, cool. This is so cute, guys. Like, I figured to do it today. Today's my quietest day to test this, to see how the two apps work together. Um, I am going to say this because it's going to help encourage other people to come on and create a podcast, right? Um, people call it higher self, they call it spirit or the Holy Spirit, whatever it is that you resonate with, right? The message is that as we need to launch and live stream and have your voice out there. And it has to be massive, massive, enough to override the news. So a lot of us in our reality, we don't watch news, right? And people are in a state of knowing, of not watching the news and knowing about programming and stuff like that. We're always going to hear from friends and families anyway, so you could feel safe enough if you feel like, well, if I don't watch the news, how I know what's happening if you are concerned about that, right? Um, I'm just trying to see. It says live chat, no comments yet. Okay. I wonder how you see that how many people are viewing. I still got to figure that out too because I'm using another app to stream this, and some of you are familiar with the EV Mux, the ones who've already created this. But this is to encourage you guys. I really want to encourage you guys to do it yourself. So I am going to save this test. Um, and as you see, I didn't do anything to doll myself up or anything like that. When I do the official launch, it's going to be a little, obviously I'll dress up more for the part, right? But this is to encourage you guys. Launch, put your voice, start with your reels, or start talking on Facebook. And yeah, we got to um, the way I saw it is the quantum jumping and the quantum leaping. What's going to help is these podcasts, right? So for there was a period when I went through my awakening that they told me I had to put myself out there, and I didn't even know. I felt so uncomfortable, even with my own skin, to be able to speak, right? To be able to express myself to the public and be so vulnerable like that. Especially when you're speaking about things that are unheard of or that is different. And I was just so happy that I found other people like myself that had gone through it. So that was an encouragement. The few that also spoke the language I spoke, which is the Anunnaki language, the light language, the ancient language from the beginning, when I started remembering. So I was encouraged by observing that, and then they told me to go on, and I did. I did some light language stuff. It was very basic. I did it from my room. Sometimes I did it outside. Um, then it came to a point where they said leave social media, like you have to be hidden, right? And a lot of us got that message, and we started doing more boots on the ground work or self work or both. And then now is the time where they're calling us back out, right? Now is the time to come back out, and to release more information. So, and meaning come back out, and the ones that are being told to like log on and put a voice out there. There are some that this is their mission, and there are some that this is their mission, and they're constantly broadcasting. This is their calling, right? I'm more of a healer guardian, and maybe this is part of my calling, part of the I'm hearing commanders of the earth, right? So the commanders of the earth are broadcasting. So the commanders of the earth are broadcasting because we got to reach the high numbers to give the solutions. This is the solutions, the solutions. Okay, so this is, I'm going to be getting information, and I'm so happy that this is not me for my awakening. That I'm not afraid to speak my truth or who I am and be vulnerable. But this information is going to be your shield. These shields are coming forward. The total two timeline splits are here. So because the two timeline splits are here, you're going to be shown solutions. So it's bridges, right? It's the bridges. So we're going to have bridges that we're going to be getting solutions for New Earth. And the things that people are in some fear about, there is an answer to everything, solution to everything. This is a holographic simulation that collective consciousness those agreed to come in, but there were also some infiltrators and distorted and so the templates were distorted, right? So we're the gridders of the earth. So I also do grid work, and there's other eternal life souls that are here, and they're also gridding, right? So we're anchoring the New York timeline. It's already been anchored. We're just amplifying it. Okay, so in amplifying it, we're amplifying all the codes and the new earth structures and so forth like that. I can't wait to tell my story. I can't wait to connect with all of you. As I'm learning these features and learning how to do this, I hope you can learn from that too, because there is no competition. There's no competition. This is the law of one. All of us bring something different, unique to the table, and that's your unique authenticity. Okay. Um, we're doing a lot of boots on the ground. We're transitioning globally the new earth and its sovereignty. We've been having interdimensional warfare, and we've been also battling underneath the earth, above the skies, and in other dimensions. We're also time travelers. So the ones who know how to activate the Merkaba are time travelers. And we sometimes we're called in, and then we create shifts, and we're moving stuff. We work with celestial beings. They're all called different things: angelic, Lyran Syrian councils, Andromedans, Arcturians, and there's other species so far out of the universe. They come into and they communicate. Um, there are benevolent and malevolent beings, but it also depends on your reality, right? And what does that mean? And there's the light and the dark and so forth, like that. So I'm very lucky, like Evie Mox, if you see there in the corner, that was inspired by James Rink. So James Rink was the one who he passed away not too long ago, and he created this event, the Super Soldier event. I just happened to wear his T-shirt. It wasn't even planned, guys. So you see the back, right? And talked about more of the darker stuff that a lot of you are not aware of. Some can dive into the dark spaces like that. Some, it's just good for you to be aware of it. Because when you do go into these dark spaces, you don't want to get caught up in these loops or create a loop for yourself or get stuck in it. So now that you know how to shield yourself and or learn to develop the shielding, and then you want to dive in deeper, then go ahead, right? Believe me, because they will try and take you that way, right? So they're pretty much they deal with abductions, and they deal with you heard of Stranger Things and stuff like that. So this has become viral conversation. You're going to learn more about all these topics, but the whole point is that I found out about Evie Mug streamlining because James Rink shared it with Melissa, and we were all working together with the Super Soldier Project, right? The event, the last event before he passed away. We're going to dive deep into so many things and expose so much. Some of us get targeted, but actually all of us get targeted. So more than others, right? But when you work in the shield and your armor is a divine armor, right? And you shine bright. You keep learning how to shield and you cloak and stuff like that. But sometimes you do get you can feel those repercussions because they come after you, right? And because this is a spiritual war. So those that are more evolved or have this awareness know that. So, but you still have two timelines. World War III is a spiritual war on consciousness. And once you become aware of that, you release the old construct, which is that other negative timeline that a lot of people are collectively creating of the World War III physical scenario. All of that can stop like this with a collective choice. So we're on the timeline that's already anchored. We're not experiencing war on our timeline. Our timelines are talking, but it's near total separation. So there are two timelines running simultaneously. So that deals with realities. These are words that if some of you have never heard, it's going to activate those realities where you're going to dig in a little further. And that's what these podcasts are doing. It's pretty much for you to learn more about you, for you to learn about that there's more, and that you see all this doom, gloom, or whatever it is that's going on in that reality field, there are solutions for it. Even with the geoengineered weather, there's solutions for it. If you think you can't do anything about it, I'm here to tell you can do something about it, about each and everything that's there. Because everything is real and everything's not real. We live in a multidimensional earth, and we are multidimensional beings with infinite realities. There's so much to dive into. That's what this podcast is here for. likely be bouncing around topics because this isn't supposed to be a specific um, a specific podcast talking about just particular topics. It's going to be more than that. It will bounce around because everything interfaces with one another, and it's up to you to do your homework. It's up to you to find out a little more about it. Okay. Um, as of now, I picked this background. I'll likely upload a background that we can create. That I'm going to get some creators to assist me in creating. I do have the logo in mind. It's going to be a sword with a shield. Because this is the Sword of Light and Truth podcast, because you get cut with the double-edged sword of light with the truth, right? Revealing all things, removing all things that do not belong, non-existent, and in the shield, right? With shielding others, protecting others, only by direct source connection, prime creator, right? The prime creator of all things. There's a lot of truths that are going to come out, that a lot of collectives and the bigger numbers that they aren't aware of in the beginning of beginnings. So the first podcast, official podcast, we're going to reveal some of that on research on one of, you can actually find it in the Ethiopian Bible, or the, we have it called it's not the, I'll get the name for you, but if there's another name, we're going to reference to it too. And it shows in the very, very beginning how the fallen one started distorting things because of writing. Okay. So I'm going to be doing this podcast with my partner, my husband, and we'll have a lot of others invited to speak and promote other people's podcasts. Like I said, we all bring something to the table, and this is about truth and bringing solutions. So I haven't seen here yet how to figure out the comments here. Um, it's saying live chat, no comments yet. Let me see about overview, replies. So, mm-mm. So still figuring it out. I'm gonna check also. Let me check to my other device here if I see anything. We're live. We're just testing it.
I think I'm on my mac and cheese tonight.
Okay, they can hear you. Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. So I'm seeing here on this one viewer. Okay, so that's the user, but it's not showing comments. So imagine nobody's putting anything in the chat yet. But I really wish that I could see if there's people on, or there's a way to see that. Let me see. I'm clicking at this. I guess I'll see like how many views like once I get off, because I've done lives before, but I never did streaming it with another app. I wanted to see how that worked because I want to make sure that we're interacting with you as the comments are coming in live. So it looks like I'm going to be likely working with two apps unless I have two windows open side by side, which I can probably, the two windows I have open now is one showing us and then the other one for Facebook Live. So far we've been on like 18 minutes, guys. Can you believe it? Time passes so quick. I love you guys, for real. So this is gonna be fun. I really enjoy lives. I've done them before. I've done healings online before. Also, if some of you don't know, I am a remote healer. I do quantum, interdimensional healings, multidimensional healings. Um, if you're interested in doing something like that, you can always message me. I also could do a clearing, normally remotely from the house to like into your house, into wherever your space is. Um, there's a class that I'm teaching, and I want to do it into groups, but since it's just starting off, until I can start getting the groups together, I might be doing it like one by one. The class is going to include how all the tools that I can use to heal myself. Is basically what it's called. Because it's your responsibility, right? If people can come and we can heal you, but we don't want to be your pill, right? We can help heal, we can help remove things, but it's up to you for your ongoing work that you continue to learn how to heal yourself. And then you also won't have to invest in so many things outside because you have the tools to heal yourself when you know you're your own healer. So we're here to assist, we're here to facilitate, but at the end of the day, you're your own healer. And that's a very strong message, right? Sometimes, yes, you could use, you'll have other people facilitate and help you with your healing because sometimes you miss things on yourself, right? Or you may not feel right and you want to get checked, right? So that's okay and that's always good. There's never a right or wrong, but at least you'll have the tools that you can use for yourself, right? To remove any past life trauma, any trauma of your memories, to remove, to heal, to heal things, right? So, okay, I'm gonna go, guys. We'll talk soon, and I'm gonna log off and check this live out. And if you have any comments, please just leave them on the leave them on the chat here, right? And I'll get back to you if you're on YouTube. Um, you can do that too. So we will be back. I don't think it's gonna be tonight. It's definitely gonna be sometime within the next 2 weeks that we can do this. Talk to you guys soon. Love, light, and gratitude. Nazil Sky. I'm gonna log this off and broadcast.